Sean, I'm at Tutoring here, and in this video, I want to talk about synthetic division. All right, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Now, I have a couple of problems here. Polynomial division is what we're talking about. Now, you if you're watching this video, you've probably already learned how to do polynomial long division. This is another way of dividing polynomials that's actually probably a little cleaner. Um, and we're just going to demonstrate it here like so. So you have two examples. This first one, we have 9x to the fourth power plus 63x cubed plus 50x squared minus 28x minus 24 divided by x plus 6. Now, here's the deal. When you do synthetic division, you're only working with like the coefficients of the polynomial terms, and those are essentially being divided by the solution to x plus 6 equals 0. So in other words, we're going to divide, so we're going to divide coefficients by the solution to um, x plus 6 equals 0. Or in other words, x is going to be equal to negative 6. Okay? Now, so this is how you set it up. So you're going to set up a bracket. Some people draw it a little differently than this. This is how I learned. On the outside, we're going to put a negative 6. On the inside, we're going to put the coefficients in order of the decreasing degree of the polynomial terms. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 0. So 9, 63, 50, negative 28, and then negative 24. All right, now we're going to bring the first term down here. Next, we're going to multiply the outside, excuse me, the outside number, negative 6 by 9. So negative 6 times 9 is negative 54. Now add these. What is 63 plus negative 54? That's going to be 9, positive 9. Okay. Multiply again. Negative 6 times 9 is negative 54. 50 plus negative 54, that's going to be negative 4. Negative 6 times negative 4 is going to be positive 24. 28 plus negative 28 plus 24 is going to be a negative 4. And then again, negative 6 times negative 4 is positive 24. Negative 24 plus 24 is 0. Now, your final answer is going to be, check this out. So you're dividing this 9x4 polynomial by x plus 6. So you already know, since you're dividing by x plus 6, the degree of the answer is going to be essentially x to the fourth divided by x, or it's going to be x cubed. So our final answer, this gives us the polynomials. I mean, it gives us the coefficients of the polynomials starting with the x cubed term. So in other words, the answer is 9x cubed plus 9x squared minus 4x minus 4. Now we happen to have no remainder for this one. This was a pretty easy one here. Um, I mean, this is easy if you have a remainder as well. So that's your final answer. Now this can actually be factored if you look at it. So let's see. Let's see what we can do here. If you factor, you can factor out a 9x squared. So that's going to be 9x squared. And then that's going to be x plus 1. And then minus 4x plus 1. So this factors into 9x squared minus 4 and x plus 1. But you can, this is actually a difference of squares right here. So that's going to be um, 3x plus 2, 3x minus 2, and then x plus 1. Okay. So I think that's, yeah, that I think that's it. So any of these, so this is what we got from the division itself. But then if you factor it, um, then it ends up being this right here. Okay. I like that example. All right. Now let's do, if you notice, this second question is the exact same polynomial except it's divided by 3x minus 2. Now, we're dividing the coefficients essentially by the solution to 3x minus 2 equals 0. Or in other words, if we solve that, 3x equals 2 or x equals 2/3. Okay, so that's our outside number. So 2 over 3 on the outside of the bracket. Oh, I didn't really draw that well. We need more space than that. Okay. So you got again 9, 63, 50, negative 28, and then negative 24. All right, so 2/3 times 9, that's going to be 6. Oh, oops. I'm sorry about that. I just told y'all what to do, and then I wasn't even doing it myself. Bring this down first. I'm about to really mess up. 2/3 times 9, that should give us 6 here. Okay, 63 plus 6 is 69. All right, and I am going to use my calculator for this one. So let me see. 69 divided by 3 is 23 times 2 is 46. Or is it 23 times 2? Yeah. So this is gonna be a 46 here. 2/3 times 69 is 46. 50 plus 46 is 96. Okay. 96 times 2/3. I know that 96 divided by 3 is 32. 32 times 2 is 6. So this should be 64. I guess I don't necessarily need a calculator. I'm just trying to. Okay, and then you have negative 28 plus 64, or in other words, 64 minus 28. I'm just going to use my calculator, y'all. I'm being a little lazy, I guess. So this is 36. Then, okay, so 36 times 2/3. 12 times 2, so this should be 24. And once again, you have a remainder of 0. So our answer is going to be, remember, since it's a x to the fourth polynomial divided by just x, and that's gonna, we know this first term is gonna be x cubed. So 9x cubed plus 69x squared plus 96x plus 36 is our final answer, which you can divide. All of these are divisible by 3 if you look at them. So we just divide the whole thing by 3. And that gives us 3x cubed plus 69 divided by 3. That's going to be 23. 23x squared plus 96 divided by 3 is 32. 32x plus 12. Final answer. Now, yeah, you can't factor that because 23 is not divisible These don't have a common factor. All right, so there's synthetic division. There it is. You list out the coefficients. You're dividing essentially by these, well, so to speak, the solution to, whatever binomial that you're dividing the polynomial by, and then drop down the first term, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. Now, one thing I didn't include was an example where you actually have a remainder. Um, so let's do that. I want to do an example with the remainder. So let's do that. So let us look at this example: 4x to the fourth power plus 4x cubed minus 129x squared minus 9x plus 270 divided by x minus 6. All right, so let's set it up. So it's going to be 6 on the outside. Hold on a second. I thought I had my pen selected. For negative 129, negative 9, and then 270. All right, so this one is going to have a remainder. Bring the first 4 down. 6 times 4 is 24. 4 plus 24 is 28. Sorry about that. All right, we're going to use a calculator here. 6 times 28 is 168. Then negative 129 plus 168 is 39. 39 times 6 is 234. And then 234 minus 9 is going to be, what's that, 225? Okay, and then 225 times 6 gives us 1350. Uh-oh, 1350 right here. And then 1350 plus 270 gives us 1620. These are some big, weird numbers, but the answer is what it is. Okay, and so remember the answer is going to start with x cubed because we're dividing the x to the fourth by x. So it's going to be 4x cubed plus 28x squared plus 39x plus 225 plus the remainder over that binomial plus 1620 over x minus 6. Just remember, it's the same way as if you're doing long division, um, like um, with numbers. It's the same way. All right. So there's your answer. Let me know if this tutorial was helpful to you. Make sure you like and subscribe, share, and have a good one. Hey, thank you for watching this video. If you need math tutoring or you need SAT math help, look in the description to find out how you can sign up today. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you stay in touch with Math Swap Tutoring on YouTube. Have a good one.